Good morning, students. In the previous video, we have learnt about the forest, the structure of the forest, the ecosystem, what comprises in the forest as an ecosystem, what makes an ecosystem, that is the biotic and the abiotic factors. Today we shall learn about the importance of forest. So we all know that forests are very important for us. First is forests provide us with many useful products. Now what are these useful products? Now forests give us a large number of useful products. Some of the important products which we get from the forest are wood, honey, gum, sealing wax or lac, catechu, that is katha, which is used in pan, fruits, oil, spices, natural rubber, cork, dyes, medicinal plants and fodder for cattle. So these are the various things and many more we get it from the forest. Perhaps the most important product obtained from the forest is the wood, which is obtained by cutting down the forest trees. The wood obtained from the forest is used for a large number of purposes in our day-to-day life. We all know how wood plays an important role in our day-to-day life. We use it in our households for the furniture, correct? We use it for cooking the food. So we have various uses of wood, and for obtaining wood, what we human beings are doing, we are cutting down the forest, that is deforestation. Okay, these are some of the products which we obtain from the plants. Do you really think that getting this wood is the only solution we can have our day-to-day life, or we can have some alternatives? Yes, definitely we can have some alternatives. So we have the furniture which is made up of different varieties of the the products irrespective of the wood. So we not only use wood for the furniture, we can have other materials also which can be used for making the furniture, so that we should not do the deforestation. So the first point was clear. So we cut down the forest for obtaining various products which are available from the forest. So that's why a very important part of the forest is we are dependent upon the forest. They are like a bank for us. They are like a reservoirs for us, natural banks. The second important point is forests maintain the balance between the oxygen and the carbon dioxide. This is the reason for our existence on the earth, right? Because plants, the plants are only the trees, the plants are only possible on the earth, and that is the reason we get oxygen, which is important for our survival. So plants in the forest, they release oxygen during the photosynthesis. This provides all animals, including us, with oxygen to breathe and helps to maintain the ratio of oxygen to carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. And that is why forests are called as green lungs. Why forests are called as green lungs? Because they are maintaining the oxygen carbon dioxide ratio in the atmosphere. And this oxygen, which is very important for all the animals to breathe and survive, is provided by the plants. Correct? And as forests have a rich reservoir of different varieties of the plants and the trees, it means the oxygen level, whatever is there on the earth, is maintained due to these forest reservoirs. So if the amount of carbon dioxide increases, if we do not have trees, if the amount of trees are getting less, they are decreasing. So if the amount of carbon dioxide increases in the atmosphere, it would result in an increase in the earth's temperature. So as we are cutting down the trees, so the amount of oxygen level is also getting less. So if the oxygen level is getting less, it means we will have difficulties. And then as the population is increasing, so the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is increasing. So what would happen if in the atmosphere we have the more percentage of carbon dioxide? It will result in an increase in the Earth's temperature. That's why we have this global warming. Okay, as the Earth's temperature is increasing day by day, it is leading to the problem of global warming. Okay, now plants in the forest intake carbon dioxide from the atmosphere during the photosynthesis. Hence, they help to maintain the right amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. And these plants, they absorb this carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and during the photosynthesis process. And that is how they are able to, because they release oxygen through the process of photosynthesis, and we human beings release carbon dioxide. Okay, so forests are very important to remove the problem of global warming, which is a very important concern for everyone on the earth. So, the solution for the global warming is the afforestation. Afforestation. What is the meaning of afforestation? Grow more trees. Now, all of you have grown trees in your garden, plants in your garden during the summer vacation. You have shown me the pictures also. You have sent me the pictures. Now, it makes us feel so good. We feel so happy when we were sharing these pictures, right? Why? Because like how we nurture our children, the same way we nurture the plants and the trees. We take care of them, right? And if we have a beautiful garden in our home, it makes us feel good because of the oxygen level which is flowing in our body. We have a good oxygenated blood which makes our brain also work efficiently. So this only thing is we are able to survive is because of the forest. So everyone in their entire life, at least we should plant 1,000 trees. This is your oath you should take, that we should plant 1,000 trees. We should not cut any tree from our end, right? Third importance of the forest is it maintains the water cycle. Very important part, as we know that the forest trees suck water from the soil through their roots and release water vapor into the air through transpiration. The loss of water vapor in the air takes place through the process of transpiration. This water vapor helps in the formation of clouds and bring rain on the earth. We have already studied about water cycle in class 6. So loss of water vapor takes place from the surface water. In addition to this, the water vapor is also lost from the trees, from the plants through the process of transpiration, right? So when this water vapor it starts evaporating, it rises up, it forms clouds, then too much pressure becomes in the clouds, it leads to the condensation, the cloud formation which takes place, and then it see the conversion of the states. It is the liquid is converting into gases, that is vapors. Now these vapors are collecting, the pressure in here it becomes so much that it starts to strike each other, it starts to collide with each other. And then what happens, these gases when they are striking each other, they are converting back into the liquid, that is a rain, and comes down on the earth, and this process is called as precipitation. Okay, so the forest contributes to a very large amount of water vapor which is available in the atmosphere, the moisture which we feel. It is also because of the trees. So thus the forest brings sufficient rainfall on the earth. In fact, about half the rain which falls in the forest areas come from the transpiration of the forest trees themselves. In this way, forests help in maintaining a perfect water cycle in nature and meet our fresh water requirements. This whatever water is available for us for drinking is due to the water cycle, and forests bring sufficient rainfall on the earth. They contribute a lot towards the surface water which is available for us for drinking, for all the routine activities. We cannot use the sea water for the routine activity. We need a fresh water for the routine activities, and for this forest contributes a lot for the water cycle and to have the water content in the on the earth. Next is forests prevent occurrence of flood. Now how do you think forests will prevent this occurrence of flood? So the forests act as a natural absorber of the rainwater. Now when the rain falls, when it's a heavy rain, so what happens is the forests, they act as a natural absorber of rainwater and allows it to seep. It helps to maintain the water table throughout the year. So forest, now how? Because of the roots, they are holding the water. Correct? So it maintains the water table throughout the year. Forests not only help in controlling the floods, but also help to maintain the flow of water in the streams so that we get a steady supply of water. You must have seen during near the lake areas, you must have seen that there are various kinds of trees which are planted. Now why? Because they provide the path for the flow of water to have a steady supply of water. Like this, they helps in controlling the flood. Because if the surface is available, the water, if the rain is heavy, right, there the water needs a place to move out. So if the forest will be there, it will start absorbing it. So whatever excess of water is there, it will absorb and it will allow it to go into the under the ground in the form of water table. This is how they prevent the occurrence of the flood or the water deposition on the surface, on the land. On the other hand, if trees are not present, rain hits the ground directly and may flood the area around it. So, if with the pressure when the rain is falling on the ground, if the trees are not there, it may flood the area around it. It may take the whole land along with the water. So, heavy rain may also damage the soil, right? Roots of trees normally bind the soil together, but in their absence, the soil is washed away or eroded because the soil is loose. It is available for the erosion. So, if the roots of the trees are not there, because the binding will not take place, and in the absence of the roots or of the absence of the trees, the soil is washed away or eroded. So, we say soil erosion also takes place if the forests are not there in a on a land. Now, different kinds of plants grow together in the forest, making different levels of layers and habitat for wild animals. Now, we know we have already studied that different kinds of plants grow together in the forest, making different levels of the layers and habitat for the wild animals. And in the absence, if we are cutting down the forest, in the absence of the plants and trees, the soil will not hold water, which will cause flood and erosion. Also, this water will not be available for the animals to drink, right? Because we are not, the animals cannot drink water from the tap. They do not have tap. They are relying on the natural source. So if these trees are cut down, they will not be able to hold the water, and the water, lots of water will be wasted, and it will enter into the oceans and the seas, which we cannot again drink, which is not again consumable by us, right? Understood? So we have seen the importance of forest. The first importance was about the forest provide many useful products for us, and the wood is very important product. Then second thing we have studied is they maintain the oxygen and the carbon dioxide level. They maintain the water cycle. Then they prevent the occurrence of flood. So how do they prevent? We can see here the diagram is there. Forest prevents the flood. This is how it takes place. Water is taken to the roots, and so less enters the river. Evapotranspiration reduces the amount of water that reaches the river. Trees intercept the rain. They block the rain. Now, how forests prevent the soil erosion? You can see here the roots. The deep roots The deep roots help hold and stabilize the bank materials, tie soil layers together. The grass roots, they protect the surface soil. So we have different varieties here. We can see vegetation, ground covers, shrub roots, right? So this is how the trees are able to prevent the soil erosion. Now remaining importance we shall see in the next video.